Programang ito ay rated SPG. Striktong patnubay at gabay ng magulang ang kailangan. Maaaring may masiselang tema, lengguwahe, karahasan, sexual, horror o droga na hindi angkop sa mga bata.
Tapusin ang sinimulan, laban mo yan, subukan mo lahat ng pwede kahit pasuntok sa buwan. Ang tunay na tagumpay ay di lang ganun agad makukuha sa isang iglap. Itodo na ang sarili mo at halika na sumugod sa bilis ng isang kidlat. WebKom. Halika na, sukitin mga pangarap na kahirap mabutin. Marami man hadlang na dumating, di malangkot mo ito pansinin. Halika na, sukitin mga pangarap na kahirap mabutin. Madapa ka mang paulit-ulit, nandito lang kami. Kapit!
And we are live. Ayan, magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. And I'm your host for tonight ng ating kantunan. And para po doon sa mga na-scam quote unquote, una po nating tinest live stream yung ating episode tonight sa Memology, and that was made by me, yours truly, Candyman, and a happy April Fool's sa inyong lahat. And on towards ating topic for tonight, it's monetization, and with me, unang-una si Direk Mochi na tumatawa-tawa dyan sa paligid, sa kabilang lang.
Topic agad.
Oo, syempre, direct to the point, parang karinderya, turo-turo, direct to the point, gano'n.
Marami tayong mga announcements dyan or any announcement. Bukas nga pala po, Rambulan.
Yes.
Hindi ko alam anong number.
I believe
na-schedule ko na yung novel ko. 20, sorry. Na-schedule ko na yung novel ko. Basahin nyo, Equation of Love.
Ayun, para po, yan po yung EMC squared equals chuva chuchu.
Lala.
And,
yun.
Yan. And with regards sa ating topic for tonight, which is yun nga, how to monetize your content, andito po ang ating dalawang guests of the evening, si Azure Lune and TK-Seki. Ayan, I'm quite sure a lot of you are familiar na sa kanila.
Good evening.
Lovely evening indeed. And ito, pakibasa naman direct ng mga konting nasa chat natin kasi natatabunan na talaga dito sa aking feed.
Wala ko, konti pa lang. Hello kay Edward Espartero na nagsusulat ngayon ng novel niya, Multitasker, habang ako naglalaro.
Very nice. And
Rain Valdez, kamusta?
Alright.
Andiyan yung makulit na ilalim.
Now, on towards tayo sa ating topic of the evening. I'm quite sure madami yung ito yung isa sa mga goals, or mga milestones. How to monetize. I recall, ang kantunan noon was, how long did it take us ba para ma-monetize natin yung stream direct? Like, isang taon?
Yung ating stream, which is Facebook Live, dito, it took us 8 months bago ma-monetize.
Yes.
Medyo hirap pa nun yung approval. And yung ating website, at first, kumuha tayo ng affiliate programs from Clip Studio Paint. Walang nangyari. Affiliate programs, discussan mamaya ako kanina. And then AdSense, we also applied for Google AdSense. Adverts pala, I mean, AdSense kung saan ka nag-ads. At Google AdWords, and yun, after 1 year and 2 months na approve.
Oh, so,
And we have ads on our website.
ayan. So, para po dun sa mga laging nanonotice yung ads sa ating website, yun po yung dahilan. It's to help monetize. And the monetization is para sa maintenance, I believe. Tama ba, Direk?
Yes.
Yan.
Yearly nagbabayad tayo sa web space kung saan naka-host yung ating website, and also for the domain property. So, ganun. So, the ads help
Yes.
kahit paano. And your stars also, it helps very, 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 very good.
Mhm.
It will keep WebKom 3 years pa in the long run.
So, ayan. Para po sa lahat na sumusuporta, we highly appreciate yung mga nagpapadalang stars. Thank you so much. Para po sa lahat, doon po napupunta ang mga natatanggap ng nating mga support, stars, and everything else.
Ang pinakamadaling support para sa WebKom, kung ayaw nyo yung tawag dito, mag-donate or something like that. Hindi na naman namin gusto yung ganong mga nagdo-donate. Pero before, may mga nagdo-donate. So, we highly appreciate it. And the best way is to click ads sa WebKom website.
Oh.
Pag-click lang kayo na mag-click, it's mga centavos, okay na yun. Masaya na kami doon.
Ayan. So, yung click-through.
Yes, mag-spam kayo na click na ads.
Ayan. But, ito, from a different take naman, from the perspective of individual creators. Ayan. Why don't we ask yung ating guests tonight about their journey so far? So, magja-jack and poy ba tayo? Who would like to go first?
Busy si TK sa TOF. Si Jonathan, hindi alam ginagawa.
But, alright, so since, if that's the case, how about unahin natin si Azure Lune. Ayan.
After you.
Azure, if you will, please.
Right. So, hello, good evening, everyone. WebKom folks.
Give me a sec.
Yes, Azure Lune here, and everybody knows me for some reason as Jonathan. There sa my community chat dyan. Kasalanan ni Miss Momo. Anyway.
Mas
So,
Jonathan!
yeah, we're here right now to share. Disclaimer lang, we are not really saying that what we're going to share to you is really going to be effective most of the time. It could be effective for us, but not for you. But at least we are trying to tell you or give you some ideas of what we did to monetize our work. All right. As for me, well, before I became really a writer, I really drew a lot. So my really first hobby was all about drawing and arts, and then later on, so I decided to write something so that I can give life to my characters or my original characters, and was also inspired by Harry Potter books and or novels rather, and the Lord of the Rings. So, I'm not really um, uh, very good at memorizing everything that had happened in those.
Ano?
Sorry, Jonathan, your audio's breaking up.
Hello.
Yun.
Yun,
Hello? Okay.
sounds good na ulit.
So as I was trying to say, like everyone who's also an introverted writer, so I had a lot of hesitations to go and publish my work. So what I did is, because I'm not really good at marketing, so what I did is I looked for a publishing uh, house
Mhm.
to cater my needs in publishing my book, of course. But it was not until pandemic started when I finished my novel, because I was also a college student before, and at the same time after that became employed, so I barely could continue write my novel. But eventually, so siguro hindi naman siya naging really bad yung pandemic sa akin. Somehow, I was able to which is yung novel nga, yung na publish. Unfortunately, I don't have my copy here. Um, it's now it's already available with physical copy. Um, but I'd like to inform everyone that this book has already the contract for this book has already ended. Like it only lasted for 2 years, so I have to um, look for another chance to have it republished. The thing though, going to have a different ISBN if anyone knows what ISBN is. Yun yung makikita yung parang numbers or codes sa likod ng mga legit na books,
Yeah.
especially from publishers who have ISBN legibility, or yung nasa ibabaw ng parang barcode
Yeah.
para may
ISBN stands for International Standard Book Number.
mm,
Basically, it's like
yes,
the book's
so
serial number, right?
Yes. Parang ID,
yes.
pinaka-ID.
Yes. So parang what I know about it is like para siyang if you go to like international library something, and then you're going to enter the name of your book or novel, I think you can find it through the use of ISBN, something like that. So if even if you're from Philippines and then you go somewhere anywhere internationally, I guess you can easily find it through the use of ISBN. And ISBN differs from different publisher. ISBN is also very unique for every published book. Hindi pwedeng kahit ikaw yung author ng next book, ISBN is a copy paste lang. No, each book will have yung ISBN. It's the same with comic books.
Mhm.
Hindi lang siya para sa novels. It's the same with anything that's published under publishers with ISBN capabilities. And ISBN is actually included to those expenses that you have to consider when publishing books. Kasi registered siya to become legit. So hindi siya hindi siya parang gusto ko magka-ISBN, so apply lang ako. Well, ganun lang. Hindi ganun. So the one more reason why I opted for a publishing company is because I don't have that what you call that financial capability to do everything, like from editing, publishing. Well, I can illustrate the cover if I want to, but publishing and marketing, of course. So it will take a lot. Editing pa lang kasi I know maybe the lowest sa Philippines, the lowest rate is 2K, right? TK? 2K, TK. Do you have an idea?
Uh,
Yes, that's the lowest
mm,
Philippines. I don't know sa
Publishing.
international.
if you're going with
Yung
fish
pag-edit po,
publishers,
yung pag-edit ng manuscript. So from iba-iba po kasi siya, meron siyang parang line edit, paragraph edit, and parang ganun. So pag line edit, parang iniisa-isa yung per word uh, line. So mas ata yun, mas mahal or something like that. Yes, and for art, I don't do so much commission, but I design stickers of my own. I just started a Shopee. Parang nagpa-segue lang konti ng ano. No.
Sure, sure.
Pero
Go
yes,
ahead.
I did some sticker sticker designs to uh try to make money out of my art. So I can't really do things like TK or other creators from WebKom kasi hindi ko rin babay sa stock.
Excuse me, Jonathan, medyo nag-choppy ulit yung iyong feed from the last uh, break there about the stickers. And okay, while we're waiting, magbabasa lang muna ako ng nasa comment section. Ayan, pardon me if I'm looking down. And ito, KJ stands for Kuya Jonathan daw.
AJ.
Oo. And looking at my customers buying my book coming from Rain, and he is holding them hostage coming from Rain Valdez. And galing naman kay Edward Espartero, actually the pandemic proved to be a boon to my author self kasi mas nakapag-focus ako sa writing ng novel ko, which now has 15 completed books. Tapos currently, sinusulat ko
Hard
yung
at
volume
work.
16. Welcome back, Jonathan. How's your line?
I'm not sure, but hopefully it's good.
Medyo choppy pa din. Maybe try natin i-off ang ano tawag dito? Ang feed. Camera feed. And I have to shout this out. Thank you so
How about
much
now?
kay Elfani Bailon. 20
Yay!
stars. Thank you so
Wala
much.
lang akong
Thank
hindi ko
you.
na-set up yung
Hey, thank
Good
you.
evening.
yung clapper ko. Pala pa.
Mag-manual sound effects ka ngayon, Derek.
Yay!
Highly appreciated. That goes para sa ating site maintenance. Now, ayan. Azure Lune, you were saying about the stickers. If ever, baka may mapapaibig sa ating audiences tonight. How about you drop down yung link?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. As what I was saying.
Oh,
Silence.
Okay na ba? Parang nagka-interrupt.
Yes, we lost you a little bit there.
About now po.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, like what I was saying, not really good at looking for or what do you call it? Offering commission works or artworks like TK and other creators. Kasi hindi ako ganun ka babad sa softmed or social media. I would only use social media to check my notifications. After that, I'd go out of the application and then mostly siguro sa chat group kasi I'm more on I like to communicate more. Pero yeah, so going back to my art, kasi nga, I also feel envious with the other creators na envious in a good way kasi they do a lot of extra living with their art. So I said I would like to do that too, but I'm not really good at communicating with people, trying to bargain things, especially for giving prices or price range. So what I did is, um, sticker community has became popular these days, especially during pandemic. So I was also really fascinated with how sticker artists design their own stickers. So I also had an idea of what if I do my own as well. So I actually have the character series, which I call Ilphidia or the backwoods of Ilphidia. So each character has their own unique traits, and I said, what if I use them as parang collectible sticker series like that. So each character has their own motif. Tapos, ano siya, journal sticker or functional journal stickers or planner stickers, ganun. So, for now, they're still not really that good on sales kasi kakabukas ko lang din, and then I'm still trying to learn how to promote my product more effectively than what I'm doing right now. Baby steps. I really believe that sabi nga ng isang malt drink dyan, great things start from small beginnings. So I'm trying to apply that to myself na hoping that this would go well as for me as well. Yeah, so maybe more about that later. I'll try. I'll also give a chance to TK because I guess TK has a lot of experience to share. Especially, he's been doing a lot of gigs outside WebKom, right?
Yeah, an awful lot.
So, what's the
Uh,
story naman for TK? Thank you, Jonathan.
oh, okay. There's kind of a lot to say coming from me because uh, I think I've opened up this topic before in the webcom chat, and I mentioned there are two types of artists. So most of the artists fall in type 1 category, which means they're focused on working on their personal art and personal series, their books. But the one thing that these artists have in common is how to get their works out there selling, and this is a tough challenge for most of them. So I'm from category 2. I'm what you call a commercial artist. I do my works, I do my art style, but I do my art for others. So it's mostly clients who are looking for me to do their stories, which I don't mind at all because I like stories and I get to read different stories every time. It's a new experience, so it's never been boring for me. It's pretty much a win-win. Plus, they pay you, so that's already one way you can monetize your art skills. By the way, so yes, if you guys don't mind that kind of approach, and if you are looking to turn your art skills into livelihood, that's one way to do it. But if you are focused on trying to sell your personal stuff, it's a little longer. It takes a little longer, like building your fan base. And you could take the publishing approach like Azure did, like self-publish, or you can use the power of media and hop onto platforms that can help sell your works, like for example, Coffee, Patreon, and there are extra new ones like Gank, where you can actually post any kind of content, any at all, from those who would like to sell their voice clips. Shout out sa mga voice actors na nandyan sa labas. And also for those who would like to use their art selling their digital assets to other artists. So remember, there's Gank. You can sign up for that and network the hell out of yourself. Also, if you guys have any questions for me too, it's a very long essay, so if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Ayan. It looks like, yan, nag-drop na si Direct Mochi ng link ng Gank. So,
Thank you so much.
there it is. I have to read lang sa one thing dito. Coming from Edward, lagi na lang daw siyang naloloko kahit hindi April Fools. And then, a reply from Mooney is, ang calendar niya daw ay puro April 1.
Oh.
Hugot.
And shoutout kay Sir Jetrick and kay Momo Cringe, which is andito sa baba ngayon sa ating comment section. Lovely thing. Kay Eric Ursal and kay John Reed Arcadia, that's coming from Ate Abby Bocqueron. Lovely evening sa'yo, Ate Abby! And shoutout sa Adarna Tribe and yeah.
Evening.
I'm all caught up sa comment
I
section natin. Now, I do have one question lang muna for the moment. And how long did it take you before you get your first gig as a commercial artist? Or what was it ba?
Which one?
Um,
To Azure?
for you, TK.
For me,
Yeah.
I started commissions back in 2015. My
Mhm.
art style wasn't even that good, but um, I bit the bullet and did it anyway.
Mhm.
Here's something that you must know. I mean, okay, I maglalabas muna ako ng sama ng loob.
Go on, go on.
Okay lang.
go ahead.
Okay, as you guys know, so you guys are familiar with how the situation is in the Filipino art community and that it is a little bit stagnant. If you guys know, you know.
Mhm.
So, yeah, anybody, if you dive into some of the bigger communities here, they are well stuck into the traditional artist mindset, practically romanticizing the starving artist trope, which I do not like at all. So the one thing that I would advise to artists who would like to start making a living out of their art is first and foremost, going commercial doesn't lessen your value as an artist because everybody knows that we're trying to just make a living and making ends meet, and that's understandable. The first thing that you have to take on is you have to start thinking like a businessman. Don't be afraid to think of that too. Also, yeah, my first commission from 2015, going back on that, was for an independent creator who is also an author. And that was pretty short lived. Those gigs were always short and they don't really pay that much. But since you're starting out, it's experience you're looking for. But of course, don't lowball yourself for that long. Anyway, if you're offered very low gigs, if you feel that it compensates your art skill at that time, why not? Go take it. But if you could price a higher value, you could name a higher price for that. Please don't hesitate to do that. Your art may not be the best because here's what traditional artists from certain groups will tell you. Why are you getting paid higher when somebody else who has a bigger skill set than you, who draws better than you, can actually do it for cheaper?
Oh. May
Y'all
ganon?
guys know that already. Yes, they will tell you that. But here's the thing, don't be afraid. Even though that there are artists that are far better than you, if you find your market, trust me, you will have the power to name your price, no matter how high it would be. So, just take the risk, you guys. If you find your client, they will pay for you.
Yeah. And it's a matter of haggling. If
Yeah.
Yes. I really agree with TK about that because I I'm not really bragging about this, but I saw a lot of artists both on Twitter and commission art commission page or group. um I mean I can like draw better compared to them, but they have this confidence to market them, not only art but also themselves. So what did what I learned about that is that it's not about how good you are at making your art, it's about how good you are at delivering yourself to your
Very
market.
true. That is very true.
Yes. Yes.
One thing you guys have to keep in mind also, it's not just your art skills that speak for yourself out there. You're running a business. You still can make it up through your negotiation skills and your other soft skills. And trust me, a lot of commissioners will choose you over those who can draw better than you when they know that you're a full package.
Um, I'd like to share something from one of the artists on YouTube that I've been following. She's like a children's book illustrator, and most of her art, of course, look childish, but many adults are really fascinated with them because it reminds them about their nostalgic experience when they were children as well. And she shared one time that she had this harsh comment from someone that telling her that why does she keep on posting her art to any art community because it looks really childish and something not really good about that. But she said she didn't pay much attention. Of course she was very upset, but she didn't allow it to eat her because she said, yeah, this person might hate my art, but there are more people who like my art. So what is he or she compared to those people who appreciate me? So she's only on the brighter side. She uses the negative sides to like challenge herself to make herself better, and she focuses on the positive side rather. So yeah, it's there are some artists or writers who are very sensitive about this, but people, creators, we have to be open-minded about these things because it is very normal for us to receive not only positive feedbacks about our work but also negative. There would always be those people who would always try to put us down,
Crabs.
especially if they find that we are doing fine with what we do and they're not. So yeah, it's the reality of the world. So um being what do you call that, like being balat sibuyas is not going to help you
Mm.
with
Mm,
this
mm,
kind
mm.
of trade. Okay,
Mhm.
what we need here is our confidence to not only confidence to show people what we can, but confidence to ourselves. We should be confident about ourselves first before making people be confident to trust us. We should trust ourselves first before making people trust our skills, right? So something, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but yeah, that's for me.
Uh, we do get that. And on top
Mm.
of that, I have to read itong galing sa isa nating audience tonight from Edward Espartero. Kasi this is very much aligned sa sinabi mo. Kadalasan naman ay madaming mema sa art communities. Pero yeah,
Mm.
gawin mo lang ang best mo sa art mo. And deadma ang mema. Hey, that's going to be, sounds like a really good tagline. Deadma ang mema. And thank you sa mga nag-share ng ating so nag-like and share ng ating stream kay Eric Ursal, kay Gerald Bugarin, kay Shino Marius, and of course kay Lanshane Arts. Yan, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. And ito, may isang question dito coming from Monitors. Hanapin ko lang. This one is for TK. When it comes to commission work ba, do you also try ads with your work? Or, yeah, what do you do? I guess that's the point. What do you do to get more clients?
Okay, I know that a lot of us. Oh no, there's my dog. You fluffy fur demon, stop it. Okay, what I do to get more clients. First of all, I do use ads from time to time, but ads can only do so much. They can drive awareness to your page, to your Facebook, to your YouTube or Instagram, but only for a limited time. But in my opinion, it's more effective to actively approach your clients because that's what I do. I just don't wait for them to come to me.
Mm.
So,
Sayang pala, no? Hindi ko na... Hindi, sige. Just a
I
thought.
have a very aggressive approach. So yes.
so no, I think I have a better term for your approach, PK. It's not aggressive. It's just a go-getter. Like, hi, do you need this? Something like that. Like, hi, looks like you need some artwork. Need some of this.
Yes.
I got
Yes.
some.
Naisip ko kasing imbitahan sana yung aming admin side, which is sila yung nakuha ng mga clients namin.
Mhm.
Maganda rin sana kung malaman kung paano sila kumukuha ng clients namin.
Mhm.
Kung ano yung
Perhaps.
tactics nila.
Perhaps that could be another episode of Kantunan. And I have to say, nag-like si John Zamar, I believe, John Zamar from Comic Con. Magandang gabi sa'yo, sir. Lovely evening. And promote ko na din, I believe my event ang Comic Con this April 22nd, if I recall correctly. Hindi ko lang ma-check sa phone ko ngayon. But there is going to be an event sa UP Diliman. So, ayan, go check yung page ng
Wow.
Comic Con. So, ayan, hopefully,
I
magkikita tayo.
wish.
Hopefully.
I wish.
uh,
They're doing. Yes, I saw a lot of it on Twitter since last few days ago, and I really envy them. I mean, going to conventions. But can I just add to what TK said about approaching clients? Yeah. Most of us would often post our whip or finished output on our social medias. It would also be good if you saw someone or anyone who did not only leave a like on that post but also left a comment. It would also be very helpful if you're going to actively respond to them, communicate with them, because they could be your potential clients.
Or
Yes,
your
that's one.
supporters.
Yes, kasi they, our supporters would often appreciate it if the people or the person they support or they admire communicate or talk to them even just for very simple like hello or thank you or ang ganun. You don't necessarily have to build rapport immediately. Just recognize them for what they did to your post, recognize them for appreciating your art or whatever you posted. So in my case, though I'm not really that good at using my social media accounts, whenever I see someone who would comment something, I would often reply to them, even just a very short thank you, or sometimes I would discuss a bit. Oh, TK, okay, I guess.
I think
Let me just adjust.
yeah, and while TK is adjusting, yeah, magbasa lang tayo ng ating comments section. Coming from Edward Espartero, it's very true, makakatulong talaga na ikaw na ang mag-o-offer. Medyo nakakakaba, pero yeah, hindi ka makikilala kung hindi mo susubukan. Alright? And that's one way to go about it indeed. Like I said, it's like a book salesman, hey, or a vacuum salesman. Looks like you need some of this. I'm offering you can get some from me ng ganitong klase ng art. So, and ito, nag-share ang si Arlene Ting. Ayan. So Arlene, ang pinaka barako na therapist dun sa isang spa dito sa Batangas City. Ayan. Thank you so much for sharing yung ating live stream tonight. Magandang gabi sa iyo. I hope you're having a nice evening. And ayan, dagdag pa ni Edward is partner is if I may add, it would be better kung alam mo din yung other capabilities mo as an artist, creator, author kasi pwede mo magamit sa marketing yon. Siya daw for example, lagi niyang minamarket yung speed niya sa paggagawa ng artwork. So ayan, it's like a highlighting your
Assets.
assets or kumbaga parang sa
Strength
product
or,
andun yung
confidence.
features.
Mhm.
Mm.
And ayan, sabi ni Lanshane, sorry tag-init, natutuyo na daw ang utak niya. Well, I believe ang kailangan mo lang dyan is swimming. Para
Oo nga, tara
Oo,
mag-swimming.
tara mag-swimming.
And don't forget to get yourself hydrated.
Yes,
Tubig.
yeah. Inom-inom din pag may time. Yeah, and
Yes.
hold on. I have to do something sa ano. Hold on. What's this?
Medyo na ano lang ako dun sa binunyag ni Tiki at Nelson. Yung sa mga art communities, yung ibang art communities dito sa Pilipinas is the mindset na gano'n. Na dinadaw yung ibang artists about their works. Tapos babaan yung presyo nyo kasi
Yung
kami
mga
ganito lang.
ganun po talaga, like, yung iba, hindi naman like artist na artist talaga. Yung iba is supporter ng artist na ganito and then maybe parang they're trying to protect their idols or something like that. Or yung iba is, yun nga, yung term is mema, ganun. Yes. It's really not exactly na artist din sila. Maybe ano lang din sila, yung nagba-browse and then parang mga troll chuchu, something na ganyan. And then recently po kasi naging issue din yung AI sa art community and also Twitter is promoting Twitter Blue. So, isa din yun sa risk for artists on Twitters. Tapos, sa ibang social media din, there are like bots going around. Ganon. So, parang artist communities facing so many issues. Even though they're just trying to do honest, ano lang naman, living sana. Pero there are those factors that they not not all artists are trying to say, oh, we're not really that rich doing this. Yung iba kasi hindi naman nila kailangang i-highlight na ano na hindi sila yung mayaman doon. What they're trying to highlight actually is their capability to do art and to market that, to do an honest living, ganon. Pero yeah, siguro meron nga talagang ibang mga tao dyan, social media, who really find it fun to put others down. Parang ganun. Siguro, bored sila or I don't know. Basta yung advice ko lang is never never let those negative stuff eat you. Rather, heal them with your silence and show them how you became victorious of your endeavors without trying to fight back. Silence would always, or your silence would always, then make it mysterious for them. Why is this artist is not trying to talk back to us? What is he? Yung mga ganun kasi is they are going to, or they're not going to stop trying to put you down until they see you being on the brink of your vexation or something like that. So, yung mga taong gagawin nila lahat para lang mainis ka. Tapos hanggat hindi ka naiinis, hindi din sila titigil. So what I do with that is don't give them satisfaction.
Yeah.
Bahala kayo dyan.
Yeah, they get
Mm.
power from that.
Dead
Mm.
na ang mema.
Yes, bahala kayo dyan. Yeah, mga mema. Eh, wala naman silang naitulong sa sa effort ko sa paggawa. O kahit nga tawag doon, kahit yung pinost ko lang is a stick figure. Nag-effort naman ako. Wala naman silang naitulong doon. So anong kay nila para mag-comment, 'di ba?
Alright. Since it's the topic right now, basahin ko lang yung comment dito ni Sir Edward. And sabi niya, some people want to put others down para ma-confirm yung superiority nila sa iba. Yabang in a sense, yabang kumbaga. And the best way daw to deal with them is to ignore and slash or block. Hindi ka din naman nila binabayaran para gawin yun. So, ayan, wapakel sila. Ayan. However, the answer, one of the answers as to why ginagawa nila yun actually is, first and foremost, they see you as competition. And that is coming from, it stems most likely from competition anxiety. And as soon as they see somebody that could be a threat towards their, yun nga, sabi ni Sir Edward is yung kanilang superiority. They would like to nip it in the bud. Habang maliit pa, they would try to stop that person from growing. And that's one of the easiest ways to do that is to take away that person's determination to continue further. And ayun, sabi ni Sir, competition yes, tapos feeling daw nila ay sila yung main character. Main character syndrome. Okay. Mas maganda kaya pumunta sa mga art event, lalo na sa mga Comic-Con, kasi ma-feel mo ang lakas ng kapwa artist natin. Ako kasi isang beses, hindi pa ako nakakapunta dahil expired na ako.
Huh?
Expired. Ako, hindi pa ako nakapunta sa kahit na ng Comic-Con events. Never pa. Matry nga.
Yeah, this coming April,
Conquest.
it should be,
Conquest.
should be
Conquest.
It's actually a good thing to try going to one of them kasi you'll get to new motivations to continue with your passion po. Especially if you, in my case, I'm more of a writer. So when I went to Comic Con or Comic Convention last time here in our area, I was fascinated on the line of people na nagpapa-autograph dun sa kay I don't know if you are familiar with Tarantadong Kalbo.
Yes.
So
Familiar.
he'd been there and if I'm going to look at his comics, hindi siya kasing detailed ng mga ginagawa ng mga fellow creators natin, but has this charisma, and I really want to learn how he did that. I don't know if you have seen some of his comic works, or mostly kasi yung sa Twitter na pinopost niya is parang strips or comic strips, parang 2 panels lang or 2 or 3 panels, 2, 3, 4, parang ganun. Yeah, something like that.
Well, yeah. I believe yung kanya kasing comics is very much relatable for the average person, and that's why it resonates.
Yeah.
But actually, I was able to check on his comics way back nung hindi pa siya naging discovered sa sa tawag dun sa Netflix. I've been picking it up and putting it down for several times kasi I thought uh, well, except sa budget ko, ano siya, parang not really my cup of tea. Kasi dark fantasy siya. Dark fantasy siya. Later on ko lang nalaman na very interesting kasi yung dark fantasy. Tapos nung binalikan ko na yun, hindi ko na nakita yung kasi merong store yung publishing company nila dito sa mall, sa isang malaking mall dito sa amin. So and then didn't expect na magiging sikat siya at this last year ba yun? Last year ba yun? Kailan ba yun last year yata. So I was like, oh, kung sana binili ko lang yun noon. Sana hindi ko na kasi mas mahal na siya ngayon compared sa noong unang published. And then that time, lagi kong nakikita usually marami pang parang nakapile copies doon sa store na yon. And then I was thinking, okay, so maybe it's not really that interesting kasi bakit hindi masyadong binibili. But it really caught my attention kasi yung cover niya is purely black and white. Compared to the most books I've seen nga na very colorful. So I think one of marketing din yung strategy nila. But I'd like to clear this out to everyone na not because you opted or you chose to be published under a publishing company, ibig sabihin nun is magiging maganda na yung takbo ang sales mo or market mo or something like that. Hindi ganun kadali yun. Yung publishing company, they will do what they can to market your work. But in the end, ikaw pa rin dapat yung mas mag-e-effort. Kasi sila is parang assist lang sila. And ikaw dapat mismo yung parang frontline na promote and parang dapat confident ka rin sa sa ginawa mong libro or art, parang ganun. Kasi yun yung naging problema ko. I was not really good at promoting my work because I was still learning the ropes of this industry. But yung royalties lang talaga yung nakuha ko doon kasi traditional contract yung sa akin. So traditional meaning to say the publishers are the one who are going to spend for the process from edit to marketing. Yung sa'yo is na lang, royalties na lang. And for the information of everyone, for newly published writers, royalties are not really going to safeguard your financial status. Okay. First, hindi pa ganun kakilala yung pangalan mo. Then second, hindi pa ganun kakilala yung gawa mo. So dapat effort talaga. Many people would always aspire to become like J.K. Rowling's, but J.K. Rowling's also had a lot of trouble before she became J.K. Rowling that we know right now. And same with other authors like Tolkien. Tolkien never had a chance to enjoy the victory of his works because his work was only recognized by everyone when he's already gone. So yun yung fellow creators, yun reality ng pagiging creator. It's not always rainbows and sunshines. Sometimes there will always be storms.
Yes. So yun yan. May tanong ako sa inyong dalawa. Actually, doon sa nabanggit ka na ni TK na it's an eye-opener. Type 1, type 2 artists. Type 1 artists, they create their works and they market it for it. Ganun, parang ganun. May local market ba doon? Demand for local work?
Yeah,
Are you making the effort?
kumbaga, their priority is to work on their personal stuff. Like, some of them don't really focus on financial stability. It's just, they're more like the artists who like to focus on just getting their stuff out there. So sometimes some of them get a little too reckless careless, and they end up neglecting, leaving some for themselves, like taking care of themselves or making a living somehow.
Ah,
So you always have to be very careful when you're the type 1 artist.
and
So
then yung type 2.
always type 2 is the more business minded artists, the
You're
ones who are not
selling your
afraid to go
skills.
commercial. Yeah.
See. But ngayon nga, since nag-advance na yung AI, would you still be willing to bet your skills against the AI?
Of course. I mean, my
Yes, of
playground is something
course.
that not any AI can replicate.
Ah, I
So
see.
yes.
Yes.
So, between type 1 and type 2, ano yung may re-recommend nyo sa ating community na mas magandang i-pursue ng isang artist?
So type 1 and type 2 depends on your personality. If you're the type who is very expressive and who is very passionate about your art or your stories and you want everybody to hear about it, then go type 1, but wag mong kalimutan yung sarili mo, okay? You have to somehow, one way or another, get yourself a job that you can live by. Kasi it will take some time for your art to snowball, much like novels take a while to snowball. So the thing about type 1 is that they tend to be more popular than type 2. Yun nga lang, they're not that financially stable. Type 2 is financially stable, but yung KVAT is that they're not as popular because where we deal with professionals, we deal with corporate from time to time. So until the final product is out, we don't really get that much exposure, but we do get paid nicely for it. So that's the two choices that you have out there available. So yes, if you really want to make a living, and you're not afraid to actually not have any exposure, go type 2. So yeah, that's what I can say.
And I guess some of the type 2s also started as type 1, right?
Yes, actually, I still have a bit of type 1. I'm just using type 2 right now so that I can earn enough to invest back into my type 1.
Oh, I see.
Adaptability.
So,
It's
So,
a matter
hindi
of resource level.
nagkakalayo yung type 1 at type 2.
It's just how they do
Yung
things.
I think yung sa type 1 siguro, no, TK, yung mga passion project and stuff like that, parang, as you said, they were just into like trying to get their products out there, available for
Yes,
everyone who
most
likes
type
it.
1s are what you can see exhibiting in
Yes.
artist alleys in cons. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm guilty about that, I guess. But I'm also trying to transition to type 2 because the reality of life, of course, we cannot survive by just exposure. So yeah, even though I'm already trying to market my art, but I still have my uh, or the main job thing, stuff like that, because I still have to support myself. I mean, yeah, some people would, especially for writers, some people after after successfully publishing their work, they would already expect that, oh no, oh, I am already published author, so I'm going to earn a lot and be like J.K. Rowling or something, Paulo Coelho or other famous author. But no, sorry to tell you guys, but it's not like that. Ano pa rin, we should still work our ass para buhay. Kasi writing and art or doing art is not uh, not totally considered by other people as something professional work. parang sa kanila is parang ano lang, may naririnig ako na, nagsusulat lang naman yan, parang ganun. And then parang gusto mong ihampas sa kanila yung ano mo, yung certificate mo nga. Anong nagsusulat? Nagsusulat lang ha? May certificate ako para dyan. Parang ganun. So, and then yung lang kasi, yung pinaka parang, ang ano ba, yung parang thorn na lang, they don't know how to conceptualize that art or that story. It will take a lot of rabbit holes and sleepless nights sometimes. For other people who don't really understand what we do, they would always find it something like maybe a child play or something like very for someone who's lazy or kind of like that or easygoing. They don't understand what we're really trying to say or what we're really trying to do. Like I tried to start writing this story because not only because I wanted to earn something, but because there's something I'd like to share to other people, and it's not necessarily that I want it to be my main source of living, but it's because I also want to be known in this field. If I will be able to get something out of it, which is very big, that's a bonus. But the reality is, it's not always like that. Yung iba, they agree to the proposal na their manuscripts will be posted somewhere for free or with very low very low prices just to get exposure. Now when they're already exposed enough, so that's the time that they're going to demand on their reasonable price, of course. Like what TK said, you don't forget yourself. Okay, do not allow people to think that all your services would always be on that rate or would always be free. Kung free lang din naman, maghanap ka na lang ng trabaho.
True. I mean, if people can pay that much for the level of skill you have right now, and they're not complaining, I'd say go for it. You can always improve your skill along the way, by the way. It's a win-win.
Yeah. And ayan, medyo nagkakasakitan na lang ng feelings sa ating comment section. I have to read. I absolutely have to read. Hindi ko po pwedeng palampasin ito. So,
May mga hugot sila sa moment.
Nagkakahugutan na po ng kung ano-ano. And starting from, I chatted in Kapitayo as a friend. For those of you who are not from WebKom sa ating audiences, yun po, as a friend is a WebKom tradition sa ating Discord, so as to not confuse anybody about anything. So,
yes, label muna. Lagyan ng label.
Lagyan ng label. As a friend. So, Kapitayo as a friend. However, ayan, binasted daw agad siya. Binasted ako as a friend, sabi ni Edward Espartero.
As a friend talaga.
Oo, as a friend. And shout out kay Raymart Bayang na
si Edward na naman.
And lovely evening kay kapatid Rain Bavarian. And then sabi niya, if type 1 or type 2 ka, tapos nagsusulat, edi tawag doon typewriter. And which is...
Rain! Gosh damn it!
And ito, ang response naman ni Edward is, hindi ba pwedeng keyboard? Typewriter, wait, I have to read this in a certain condescending way. Typewriter is so boomer. Duh. And this one coming from Mooney Tunes. Kung may type 1 and may type 2, that would be diabetes. True! May type 2 diabetes. Oh, sorry to hear about this. Sabi ni Sir Edward, nag-i-insulin daw siya every day. Oh, that's gotta hurt. I hope it's the the tablet type of insulin and not the one that you
Na
have to
turok-turok.
inject.
Oh.
Oo.
Oh, the shots.
Yung
I have to
barkada ko,
put up
nagtuturok
with that
na eh.
every day. Ouch.
That really has got to hurt. Now, yun ang responsible ni kapatid Ren. Keyboard kasi para sa mga mandirigma ang keyboard daw kasi ay para sa mga mandirigma lang. For the keyboard warriors. And sumingit si Edward, may type 1 and type 2 pero yung crush mo hindi ka type. Oh!
Nice! Emotional damage!
Wait, I
Edward,
I have to bring this up. Wait, hinugot ko lang yung nagkakahugutan na lang din and everything. I think kailangan kong
it's
Andito ba yun? No, wait. Ito.
Wala. Natatawa din ako sa sinabi ni Mooney.
Ayan, keyboard warriors. Ayan, sabi ni Mooney, may type 1 and type 2 option ka lang niya. Another one? And here we go. Agree daw si Edward, ayaw daw niya maging option, gusto daw niya ay maging ladies choice. Yung mayonnaise. Angel's Burger, unang kagat, tinapay lahat. Yun ang sunod na sinabi niyo.
dalawang promotion na yun. Baka naman.
Baka Ladies Choice, Angel's Burger, baka naman, konting
Angel's
sponsorship
Burger.
dyan or something. Hindi ko lang, hindi ko kami tumatanggi.
Share nga to sa nila, sa page.
Or at least i-clip And then, sad to hear this. Nagtuturok daw siya actually, sabi ni Sir Edward. Masakit nga, pero mas masakit pa rin ang hindi ka piliin. Ayun!
Ouch!
Naguhukay na po! Hukay! Oh yeah! And just a reminder from Ate
Nako,
Abby.
mga ka-webcom.
Yes, go on.
Yung mga hugot ni Edward, marami po kayong ma-experience na pag pumunta kayo sa community chat natin. So, salib po kayo doon.
Ayan. Direct,
Pinagmulan, dito na.
na lang yung link para doon if ever, kung meron man. And ito, reminder from Ate Abby, Rambulan 31 tayo bukas. Yun. And shout nga pala kay Sir Jet, I believe yung kanyang
Yes, Rambulan.
entry for Rambulan is naka-scheduled post. Ayan, para po sa mga nagiging super busy, ayan, take advantage po ng ating scheduled posting na feature ng ating website. So ayan.
Yes.
Para hindi tayo mapagalitan, yun ang pwede natin gawin. Some say na hindi nila may upload on time, but you can actually schedule it. If may time ka na ngayon, you can put it as a draft and then schedule post it sa ating website. It's very much easy to do. Para ka lang nagpo-post sa Facebook ng scheduled picture or something. It's same, but different, but still the same. And ayan, sabi niya, naka-ready na daw ang chapters ni Sir Edward para sa Rambulan kahit wala siya sa poster. Alright. But all in all, Rambulan is there for everybody to join. So ayan. Moving forward sa ating discussion about type 1 and type 2 bago tayo magkaroon ng diabetes.
Diabetes.
Apart ba dun sa na-mention which is getting published, getting work or commission work, being a type 2 na creator, do you have other recommendations or ideas on how to get on how to monetize or how to make how to get the green?
Yung siguro for me, if for writers, if they want to build confidence and experience with their writing skills, siguro accept article writing gigs. There are actually available writing commission work or commission works related to writing. Yung parang magawa ka ng article for certain client, like they're going to give you like a set of words, and you have to make sure to use those words in the article that you're going to make, and they're going to, yeah, they're going to pay you for that, of course. Para siyang gawin mo siyang parang training ground, and at the same time you're also earning something, and then
Copywriting.
Copywriting.
yes. Yes, and also there are a lot of writing competition that happens all year round. Um, you don't need to write like a whole book; just one shot stories are enough.
Mhm.
Kasi hindi naman nila pwedeng i-judge yung isang book, di ba?
Mhm.
Tapos,
Oo.
yeah, some of them actually have monetary rewards. Some of them will give you chances to be published in their publishing affiliates, and yeah, it's also one way to expose yourself and to bring yourself some monetary capability someday. So the only thing that you should remember though is it's not going to happen in just one snap of your fingers.
Mhm.
It's going to take a long journey pa. Just remember there's always no shortcut. Sometimes yung shortcut nga delikado pa, so as just continue just continue with your goal, focus. Do not let um things or so good things to hinder you. Syempre, di naman pwedeng maging manhid ka na lang, pero my point is to not let it put you down. It's just when you kung nadapa ka, syempre alangan naman higa ka na lang diyan. Syempre bumangon ka din.
Yeah.
Tsaka move forward, di ba? That's for me for writers. I guess I'll give the chance for TK for the artist kasi mas marami siyang experience.
Okay, from the art side, and I have a lot of options because I've run into these while considering what other avenues I could make money out of. I haven't gone into them yet because it wasn't still necessary to do that at this point. But here are some other options that you artists might want to try if you want to make money out of your art skills. One, especially if you're a type 1, and if you're a type 2 who happens to have some extra time, there are manga communities out there like Medibang or maybe Webtoons or maybe silent manga contests that you can join for prize money. So if you want to challenge yourself to see how far your level has gone up, you can join these contests and test your skills, because these contests actually put your technical and your creativity to the test. Second is, I already mentioned Gank, because that is a platform where you can sell digital assets. If you're the type who likes to draw maybe background assets or overlays or maybe avatars, you can actually post your line up there, and then people will come and download your digital stuff if they like what they see. Okay, those are two of the things that I can suggest. But here's another thing. Especially type 1 who wants to get their series out there, especially if you work on webtoons or if you work on comic book styled art. There are some webtoon publishers out there, especially, and also comic publishers out there that don't actively post that they are looking for this and that, they are looking for artists, but they accept pitches from artists who would like to give their series a shot and see if it's publishable. So you can see that in some of their websites that say submit your pitch now, or send us your pitch. For for information, a pitch is basically a few episodes worth, or maybe just one episode, plus a summary of your plot, the basic layout of your characters, maybe some concept art. They just want to see the potential that your series can bring. So that is what a pitch is. So the publishers would like to see that. I cannot guarantee that you will get a positive response each and every time, but this is what's there to lose, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, you guys could take a chance and submit a pitch to those publishers. I I remember that Dark Horse also has that before. I don't know if they still do that now. Maybe DC is open to that. But some of the smaller webtoon platforms they actually do accept pitches. But you have to see if they have it up somewhere on their website. Yeah.
Alright. So, ayan. So, being a type 1 being a type 1 is a one way, type 2 is another. To get published is another one. Yeah, like Azure Lune did is with the stickers, having merch. So, ayan, mga ways to monetize your artwork. And then, there you go. You join contests. You pitch out your work, or you offer what you have. That's another way. But
Meron pa, madami pa.
But madami.
Patayin nyo yung mga hiya nyo.
Actually, nakalimutan na
Ay,
nilang
mga
lahat.
walang hiya na tayo. So,
Yeah.
WebKom nudes, pre.
At yun, yung WebKom groups, that's a very much
Yeah.
underrated at the moment sa ating community. Ang group.
yes.
Yes. Oh, guys, yeah, we actually had, yes. Sige, Kuya Moch.
Inilagay namin kasi yung WebKom nudes para nga naman ma-encourage yung mga artists natin to promote themselves. Nakikita namin halos walang nagtsatsaga mag-promote ng kanilang sarili to monetize their content. Okay lang. But it's still there. Anyone can use it.
Guilty here.
Wala, I
But
suppose,
yes,
yes.
so yes, maybe in line with that, siguro ano no, let's invite everyone na lang that whenever you're going to post promotions of your series on WebKom, please also do try to inform your readers and supporters that nudes is available on your series. Di ba, Kois, meron siya ano no, parang qualifications?
Yes, may
Kailangan
qualifications
magkakaroon ng
siya.
nudes.
Because yun yung sukatan namin kung yung bang artist na yun is talagang pinopromote niya yung sarili niya.
Also
Biglang
to help
tahimik
promote
ka.
stuff. Also to help you promote your stuff. If you guys have friends within the community too, and they stream, wouldn't help to plug each other's content if whenever you can on the stream, because I sometimes do that. You guys tell me if you also have active projects going on, because sometimes I mention that on stream too.
Yes.
Oo, dito rin sa Kantunan, yung mga nagiging guest namin, nagpapapromote kami sa huli. promote!
Cross-promotion, parang cross-promotion.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what you call as building a network, and it's something. It's part of marketing strategy that I suppose is something that it would be very beneficial to for us to teach sa ating community members how to build a network.
I'll just like to share what we did when I was still in our tribe. Some of us would invite anyone who's interested to better read their work. So I think it's also one way of attracting potential supporters. Yun. Better read, or ask your friends or people who have the same interest with you to better read your work. Or there's this one artist on Twitter that he does not only sell his products, but at the same time he would always bring trading cards during comic conventions, and then he would trade his card with fellow artists. It's like collectible cards na dinidesign niya as trading card. Then those who are affiliated with him through Twitter, who are also going to the same convention, would also bring their own trading cards, and yeah, they're going to exchange. And then yung ibang kakilala ko sa sticker community na is what they do is they're going to send sample, ano pa tawag dun? Parang sample stickers. Like say for example, if TK is selling his sticker packs, I'm going to send him my sample stickers, and then he's going to include that as a freebie to his product to cross promote my own product.
That's a
Yeah, I'll
great
do the same
idea.
thing. Yeah, I'll do the same thing with him. I've seen that on a few of the sticker community people out there. If you're here, also hello to you. Yeah, so that's what they do. Cross promotion. Yeah, physical cross promotion, I guess. Yeah.
The marketing term for that is, if I recall correctly, is bundling, advertising by bundling.
Okay,
You can
bundling.
advertise by putting your
Now I learned
stuff in as part of their bundle.
Okay, I've learned something very important today. All right. Yes.
And to recap, any last words for our audiences tonight? Just to cap it off.
Any last words? Okay. Siguro si TK na muna yung mauna kasi ako din yung nauna kanina sa
Alright.
opening. So this time,
Yeah. We hit that mark now. So yeah, let's take it to a close. Any last words for our audiences?
yeah, go TK.
Wait.
Sige, ako na lang.
Sa comment section natin actually Rainbow Barya nag-suggest siya na sana magkaroon ng WebKom booth sa mga conventions or mga sort of marketing promotion.
Also one of the dreams.
Let's see. Let's try to see
try
what we can
natin.
do.
Kasi ang malaking problem kasi dyan, yung mga admins natin is not here on the Philippines.
Yes.
They are outside. At yung mga invitations ay sa kanila pinapadala. Pero oo, try natin. Ba't ang hindi? Magtitinda kami ng ng payong, ng eco bag, ano pa ba mga pwede natin tinda?
Ito. Here, how about, ito lang. While we're still on air, how about a labasan ng feelings booth, and feel free, kahit na sino pwede magtanong, and isang tanong, isang sagot, yun yung ating pababayadan na service.
Tapos magtataka yung mga tao sa convention, bakit yung mga lumalabas dun sa booth
A
parang
counseling booth,
nabagsakan
consultation
ng
booth.
langit.
What?
Parang yun. But it would be a good idea, like very unique one, I guess.
I mean, it's a
People
fresh
who go-
take. Why not?
Some people who go to convention kasi they're because they're trying to escape reality, so I guess that would be a good medicine for them. Therapy or something like that.
Or another dose of reality within the escape from reality. Oh yeah!
Lagi yung headset.
And marketing promotion kahit walang published books na isa-sell, sana may standee /banner/poster lang sa event for publicity. That should be, but coming from me, if it was me, a WebKom booth And what we're going to sell is a WebKom, what should we call it? Eco bag. Because everybody who goes into any convention, they're there to buy something. And most of the
Yes,
time,
exactly.
9 out of 10 times, people forget to bring something to put what they're going to buy in. And that's where the WebKom Eco Bag, eco-friendly, save planet Earth, go green, is going to come in for sale.
Naging bigla, naging tawag doon, naging environmentalist.
Yeah. But
Or at least we're saving the earth.
Correct.
Yeah, but actually there are actually artists who try to package their products in earth friendly materials. So yeah, I guess
I
that
like
would
that.
also help.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Go green.
Friendly. Eco-friendly yun, di ba? Bakit earth-friendly?
Go green.
Eco-friendly daw. Anyway, yeah, same sense, I guess.
Yun.
So ayun.
Well,
And,
up.
we're all caught up, and I suppose just to recap, ayan, number one is huwag tayong mahihiya, and we have to grind for it. Nothing ever good comes out becomes a success overnight. Overnight success. There are no shortcuts.
No shortcuts in life.
No shortcuts in life. Siguro pag nagda-drive lang yun, meron. And
Don't let anybody discourage you.
yeah, don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let anybody keep you down. If should you ever fall, you have to stand back up and keep your head up high. And I suppose to cap this live stream off, I'll be saying the final word now. Ito lang. Nothing ever is successful na lahat. Everything that has become a success, it all started with a try. I suppose that should cap it off. So,
Keep walking, Johnny Walker.
and for that, I would like to thank yung ating audiences for tonight who has stuck with us all throughout the end. Thank you so much. Sa lahat ng ating nag-like, share, and nagpadala ng stars, we highly appreciate the support. Sa ating guests for tonight, Azure and TK, appreciate you guys being here. And,
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Madami ako natutunan sa inyo dalawa.
Guys, thank you for having us here.
Okay, and as always, we will see you guys sa next episode ng Kantunan. Thank you so much. That's it for tonight. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye!
Thank you. Good night, everyone.